So we are at Proco Ground Break, and I have Grant here with me, the man behind all the DroneDeploy's cool content out there. Grant,
hey,
how's it going?
Great to meet you. Yeah, thanks for coming over. It's been a really fun show, and I appreciate you guys being good fans of us, and we'd just love to be here.
Yeah, I've personally used DroneDeploy a lot. One of my favorite softwares. Actually, I'm presenting at 2 p.m. and I'm gonna give you guys a shout out.
Nice.
For anyone who's new to this whole reality capture world, if you will, right?
Yeah.
Just break it down. What is DroneDeploy? What does it help you to do?
Yeah, totally. So you said it really well. We're in the category of reality capture, which is really just giving the teams the ability to document and capture their sites really in any different perspective. So we're both an aerial product. You can see a drone right here. And then we're also a ground-based product that you can use just a really standard 360 camera to go walking a job site. But what's really important is that we want to give teams the ability to do that on their own. So we have a flight controller that is the kind of backbone behind the aerial capture. And then on the ground, we have an app that allows you to control a 360 camera and walking around your job site. So that's kind of the core of what we try to get into the DroneDeploy platform. And then there's a lot of different analysis that we can do off that data to be able to measure, do overlays, to compare to design files. And really, we like to kind of give our product the ability to look at all parts of the life cycle of construction.
Yeah.
It's really important that we have really all of those covered, because to jump from one tool to the next can get really challenging. You talk about project teams really getting engaged in this content that really helps them on their job. So we're really excited to have a tool that really can branch across the whole life cycle of construction.
Yeah, no, we always talk about like the video walks or the 360 captures and the drone footages, but there's like a whole lot of other things that you can do with it. I'm gonna give a quick example of some features. I know the soil volume feature is my favorite one. It's like, you're gonna give a
Yeah. So when we talk about the whole life cycle of construction, what's interesting is that drones are usually more prevalent on the first part of construction, right? So you're doing either a pre-site analysis, or we got our little friend Dexter here that's coming into our spot. But yeah, for pre-construction and really during the early parts of construction, earthwork is just such a big part of the project from a risk standpoint. And so when you're talking about earthwork moving on and off your site, quantifying how much that is, and really keeping trades on track, that's a really important thing to do. And oftentimes job sites aren't small. They're very big from a landscape perspective. And to document that really efficiently is where the drone comes in handy. It's really the best tool to be able to do that from the air. And then to quantify that information is really important. It's not just a nice picture. You're able to do different measurements and compare to design surfaces. And so that's really where we see our project teams get the most out of our platform. It's really starting to use drones as early in the project lifecycle as possible. And so moving into kind of the structural phase, that's where really the aerial and ground can come together. So you start to talk about using the aerial side to do capture of your structure going up, but then also getting that ground-based view on the ground with using a 360 camera. So whether you're doing pre-pour analysis, or you're doing some things to really get an idea to know what's going down on the ground level, that's where combining those two really come in handy. And then moving into the inside, that's obviously a very ground-based workflow too, but just having both of these tools is really helpful when you look at the holistic job site.
A couple other things I wanted to mention is obviously, like, you've got the Spot robot now, and this dude here, especially on like big projects. So I was working on a 42-story hotel project, right? Taking 360 captures manually becomes a big task. Like, you essentially need to have a couple people actually dedicated to do it. So would you say like the Spot dog or these robots, like, do you see them to be used as frequently going forward?
Yeah, you're really getting into like our second core value of DroneDeploy. We kind of like to talk about unified, automated, and intelligent. Unified, we kind of just talked about, of bringing aerial and ground content in the same platform. Automated is a huge piece, right? Because capturing that data can sometimes be really task heavy. And we see automation really taking place on the aerial side with what you see on the outside with the dock drone, but on the inside, it can get really challenging, right? So we have different things like this humanoid here that is from Unitree. Obviously, Boston Dynamics is a pretty popular automation platform on the ground, but our platform really works with any kind of robotics platform. And so we're kind of a bring your own hardware to the space where we really want to enable teams on whatever hardware that they want to go buy. And so really what that looks like is that our platform can give you the ability to go in and plan a path to really go and document that really wherever you're at. So we even have people that are excited to see some of that too here. But on the ground side here, you can see this is the Boston Dynamics Spot, which just gives you the ability. This is what they call a quadruped robot. And so you can see it's got 4 legs. This is you've probably seen these before, but what's really exciting is that this humanoid over here is made from Unitree. So Unitree is another hardware manufacturer along with Boston Dynamics that actually has a quadruped that has wheels. And so that's really important because battery life is really key on these devices, that to get the most out of that battery life, you're going to want efficiency gains. And so
how much is the battery life on that?
Yeah, so the battery life on this one's about 30 to 40 minutes. So it's not very long.
Oh, okay.
And it depends on obviously the use of what it's doing, if it's walking throughout a job site or if it's climbing over different obstacles. But the Unitree one that actually has wheels on the feet is actually much more efficient because those wheels obviously use less energy and they give you longer battery lifetimes. And so those are really exciting that we're starting to see, and they're coming in at a price point that's a lot more palatable than a typical device.
Yeah, how much does this one cost?
Yeah, so the Spot Explorer, this one is usually around the $70,000 range.
Wow.
So yeah, they're very expensive, and we see it from a lot of folks in our oil and gas clientele that actually use this device to do more inspections or remote monitoring on their facilities. And so these aren't necessarily used as much on the construction side. They are in some capacity, but not definitely as much. But the aerial side is obviously with the dock drone. This is pretty straightforward. You go and deploy it and put it up on a job site trailer.
Is this the DJI mattress?
Yes, this is the 4. The 4D.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is the drone that comes in as a part of this dock drone. And actually here I can turn it on here, and you can kind of see how it opens up and closes.
Yeah.
So if I turn it on here, when the drone comes and lands, you can kind of see this cradle here that it will come into, and then these will close shut.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and actually, go ahead and drop it in here. I'll show you kind of, so these propellers, right? So it's going to come in and land, and maybe the propellers are kind of all over the place here. And then when it comes in and lands, it'll actually fold in those propellers and enclose this into a weather-tight seal here. So you can see here, as it's closing up,
that is pretty cool.
Seal it up, and then it will obviously open up. You can see the weather station here and the rain monitor here as well. But again, when you're ready to fly one of your missions, you can go ahead and enable that here. It'll obviously open up, it'll start the propellers, and then it will go on and start to perform its mission. So
this one's around like 6,000-7,000, right?
Yeah, so this one's actually about 20,000. It kind of comes with all the different components of the drone, the box itself.
With the box.
Yep, and really all this needs is just power and internet. And so the nice part about this is that they're very easy to deploy. They work with our flight application, which is really helpful. Very easy to use interface. And what's nice is it'll come back and land, and then it will upload all that data and then recharge the battery to perform its next flight.
It's like your Elon Musk's the rockets, right?
Yeah, right. Well, maybe a little less complicated than those, but yeah, it's been really cool. This is the 3rd generation of this dock drone solution, and man, they've really been exciting to see. A lot of teams have really bought into automating the flight capture and really going from a monthly capture to a weekly or even daily in some cases. And so we talked a little bit about that earthwork phase of construction. Really documenting this every day is actually a really, really big value add for a lot of folks that are doing that progress tracking on the early part of construction.
Perfect. Let's talk about this little buddy here.
Yeah. So this is our friend Dexter. Dexter is really what we call a humanoid robot. So you can see a lot different from what the Boston Dynamics Spot is. I'll move him back just a little bit here. But yeah, Dexter, you can see here, has a 360 camera on the top to do some of the documentation for inside of a building.
Yeah, how much does this little boy cost?
Yeah, so this one is also by Unitree. That's kind of the other manufacturer we were talking about from Boston Dynamics. This is about $7,000 to $8,000, so it's actually much less expensive.
Yeah.
And really, the core components of this here, you can kind of obviously spec it out with whatever different requirements that you have. But we got a little T-shirt on them here, and the battery pack is here on the side. But yeah, this is just your standard 360 camera that a typical staff member on a job site would go and walk around with. And so the idea with this is that if this can automate some of that and really do it after hours and when a lot of that activity doesn't happen, or the activity on the job site doesn't happen, this is where that can come in to be really helpful.
What's the battery life on this one?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the battery life is around 30 minutes as well.
Okay.
Obviously, he's standing right now, so he's been lasting a little bit longer. But yeah, battery life is still another really key consideration for a lot of the autonomy on the ground. There are some kind of fun videos out there where you can see the Tesla Prime and some other humanoid robots that are actually taking out their battery and putting a new battery in, which is kind of creepy in its way. But yeah, this one's been really neat to kind of see as it's come out. I would say the ground-based robotics are really trying to push the price point down to a lot more palatable area for a lot of folks that are in construction, because right now they're used to getting their automation piece from the dock drone.
Yeah.
But yeah, this as well is really where we're starting to see some excitement build of what's possible.
Do you think like even like these ground robotics will come to a place where we can like map out the cycle of how they want to walk?
Yeah,
like we do in the drones.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what we do right now on the quadruped on the ground. So essentially, in our Automate platform, you can design the waypoints of where you want it to go walk. And then on the spot side of it, it will actually control the camera. It will wake up from its dog kennel and go out and perform its mission.
Yeah.
Same idea with these. That's where you would want to define those waypoints. It's obviously going to navigate around whatever obstacles are in its way, and then control the camera to be able to turn it on and turn it off, and then upload to our platform. So yeah, the idea is full autonomy, right? Like we are used to that on the aerial side with the dock drone, and that's where we're starting to see some of that come out with the hardware space on the ground too.
Perfect. Grant, again, awesome talking to you.
Great to see you. Thank you for coming by. It's really exciting to see. Again, some of this stuff is a little bit more futuristic than some, but I think what's really neat about it is it's becoming more and more synonymous with where construction is going. And so we appreciate Dexter. He's obviously gotten a lot of attention here as well. And then we can talk about some pretty real world applications as well as what we're seeing here as well. But no, thanks for coming by. Hopefully you learned something to see a little bit more about our product, and appreciate y'all.
Thanks so much.
All right, you bet.